Calling out all my nerds, freaks, and geeks. It's mob time.
Don't tune in cause it's showtime. Go ahead and call the gang up for the one time. Rap food rhyme, got them on the line. And my life's still great, I'm doing just fine. Hands up.
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? And welcome to another Blerd Mob production. All right. I'm your host, Foop, joined by my two co-hosts, Antoine and King, and we are here to bring you guys another episode of Hit Stop, your hub for all things music. Today on the slate, we're going to be talking about Beyonce and the CMA nominations, Katy Perry's 143 album, and Future and Mixtape Pluto, and this being his third album of 2024. So before we get into it, if this is your first time checking us out, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're checking us out on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button. And make sure you follow us on our social media platforms so you can stay in tune with what the mob has going on. We're on Instagram at the Blerd Mob Pod. We're on Twitter at the Blerd Mob. And you can find us on Facebook and TikTok at the Blerd Mob Podcast. So how you guys doing today?
I'm cool.
Why y'all tell me my camera look crunchy a little bit?
Yeah, one of my lights went out, so it's dark up in here. I look like I'm in somebody's cave.
Oh, every lights don't work. He look crunchy.
I should have just stayed on the iPad, but I still look good. Nevertheless, never stress. I still look good. So everybody calm down. I still look good, as you can see. But
Don't panic.
It's a little crunchy.
Don't panic.
But I'm feeling good though. It's, life, work, gym, eat, sleep, and just do it all over again until it's time to buy a casket. So that's
right.
Yeah.
The day in the life of King.
Yeah.
But all right, like I said, guys, we're here for an episode of Hit Stop. But before we get into the discussion, I do want to bring up the audience rules for those who are in the chat. So first, we only have two rules. First rule is that we ask that you guys please be respectful to the host and anybody else in the chat. We know music can be a little bit of a touchy topic when it comes to our favorite artists, albums, music, etc. So let's just be respectful to everyone's opinions because we may not all agree with each other. And for those sitting in the chat, please understand that all comments in the chat won't be answered by the mob. Hit Stop is a timed ordeal, so we only have a certain amount of time to discuss certain topics. So we will try our best to respond to comments that are relevant to the topic at hand. But if we miss you or do not respond, it's not intentional. We're just trying to move on with the show.
Right.
We don't hate you.
No hard feelings. It's just we didn't make it.
Those are their words, not mine.
Oh. There you go.
There you go.
For legal purposes, that's all I can say.
Where Luigi at? Direct all other questions to my manager, Luigi.
My manager, Luigi, in the top. Direct all questions.
But all right, we're going to start with our first segment of the night. Let's get into it. So we're going to start with our major events columns. I first want to start with the recent passings of a couple music artists that have passed in September, starting with Atlanta rapper Rich Homie Quan, who passed September 5th, 2024. Frankie Beverly, American singer, songwriter, and producer, and known for his time with the soul and funk band Maze, passed away on September 10th, 2024. And then Tito Jackson, a rock and roll Hall of Famer, one of the original members of the Jackson 5 in the Jacksons, passed September 15th, 2024.
R.I.P. to them.
Okay, I had to play my smallest violin while you were saying everybody's name.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in the air.
I was about to say that too. Like it's in the air.
Man, he wants to breathing. No.
The Rich Homie Quan one took me by surprise, though. That was.
I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to say this to my black man. Let's stay off drugs.
Yeah.
That part.
Let's stay off. Let's say, and to be more specific, pills. not narcotics. Then what they call pills? What's the technical term they say now? Opioids. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Put the opioids down. That's all I got to say in this moment.
Yeah. Very tragic that happened.
Yeah, it is. It's sad. And RP to them. RP to them. And sending energy and love to their families and children.
And their family, friends, anybody who was a fan of their music.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I wanted to start with that. The second major event that we had for the month of September is that the VMAs went down September 11th, 2024. It was hosted by Megan Thee Stallion. We got a few performances from Sabrina Carpenter, Megan herself, Glorilla, Chappell Rowan, and then Katy Perry won the MTV Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award. So how did you guys feel about the VMAs?
The VMAs was cool. I watched the performances. I would say my favorite performance was who all performed again?
Lisa, Megan Thee Stallion, Sabrina
Lisa.
Carpenter.
My girl Lala Lisa. Can you teach me Japanese? I say hi.
Yeah,
I liked her. I enjoyed her. I enjoyed Glorilla had a nice performance too.
I really like Glorilla.
Glorilla was nice.
Sabrina had a nice performance.
Yeah.
Meg had a nice performance. Meg just did a lot of dancing. I could tell close to the end, my girl was tired. And that's what made me laugh. I could tell she was hyping. She was hyping.
Yeah, she was hyping up well. Like, we almost at the end.
Yeah, she was like, keep going. The whole time. I enjoyed the VMAs though. It was a nice little treat, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, my favorite performances was Glorilla, and then I like Katy Perry's performance where she did the mix with all of her old songs, and then she brought in a couple from 143. So I think she did a good performance.
Yeah, I forgot about Miss Catherine Hudson.
Yeah. I really like Glorilla's because of the way that they mixed it. The way that they
I was gonna say, hers was really nice. And she I won't say Glorilla is like one of my top artists or anything, but she does good. You know, I think whenever she puts something out, it grabs audiences really nicely, and her performances aren't bad. But she did especially bad. I mean, good at the VMAs.
Her performances, because even the one she did at the BET Awards, I would make her recently watch that. For Glorilla, when it comes to a performance, now I'm not really a crazy Glorilla fan when it comes to her, like just songs, just listen to Glorilla. She can rap whatever, it's just whatever you got an ear for. But when it comes to her performances, Glorilla gonna put a coin and effort into. I give my girl that. She'll perform, and I like now that she's getting more comfortable and more and more diving into her more feminine side now. Now she's doing a lot of the twerking. You know, she got some short shorts on. You know, before Glorilla was a thug out of Memphis. Now she's leaning more to that feminine side. I like seeing that on Glow. She's a fun watch.
I think it's funny because she was like, she had to constantly remind people, you know, because she came off real like tomboyish, you know.
Yeah.
So she was like, hold on, let me calm down. Let me remind y'all, I'm a female. Yeah. So she really did a turn. She really turned around after a while.
That was the definition of you're scaring the hoes. They don't know if you finna rob them or what. I mean, scared of you. You had to tone it down.
They were scared.
You heard my new single, Yeah, Glow? And they cut it off. Slapping red bitches.
Listen to my song. Hold on.
Yeah, that's what it gave. But I like how she's getting softer now. I like that. But yeah, she's a great performer. I love watching Glow perform.
No, really, that made me more of a Glorilla fan because I do like Glorilla gives me like Crime Mob 2024 in certain instances. And I was like what King just said, I do like some of her songs, but I think tying that in with the fact that her performance and how she brings some of her songs to life in the mix at it as well. I was like, okay, I like it.
She gonna get a crowd lit.
Yeah, it was nice. Go ahead, Miss Glow.
Scrolling down to just a few.
Did you send I'm sorry, but did you send the agenda? Because I was trying to look at it as we go, so I can keep myself
tisk
in line.
You don't never. I'm looking for
one I don't see it. So how is 666 gonna be?
I have sent the agenda 2 times in the Discord. It's on the Google invite.
Oh, okay, all right. So it's my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, friend.
On
This
what
time
part? In what part of the Discord is
in the Drive Links and Meetings channel.
I must gotta go all the way up. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, y'all. What's this?
Here, let's just make.
Here
You
go.
found it. All
Yeah.
right.
Don't do that. Y'all don't do me like that in here. But yeah, we back on. Yeah.
I just wanted to announce some of the awards that was given. I feel like it's a surprise to no one that Taylor Swift won a lot of these nominations, but Sabrina Carpenter won Song of the Year for Espresso. Chapel Rowan won Best New Artist. I think Meg won an award for like Best Music Video, I believe. Let me see.
I saw her name for song.
I think it was Best Music Video she won. Best Lisa won Best K-pop. Tyler won Best Afrobeat. Best Cinematography went to Ariana Grande We Can't Be Friends video.
I do want to say this though about the VMAs because people don't make music videos like they used to no more.
Best Art Direction is what Meg won. She won Best Art Direction for Boa.
Yeah, and she got trending video for Mamushi.
Yeah.
Watashi wa Star.
But what was you about to say, King?
I don't know. Videos these days just don't be legendary. You know, back in the day, we had some legendary videos. So the VMAs was lit. Like you naming off all these winners, and I'm trying to think of like just a legendary video. Like Espresso was a good song, but like music video, she was on the boat.
Yeah.
So like I hate that they just don't put a lot of effort in music videos.
I would say it's really been Meg when it comes to the art direction and the storytelling in her videos. Meg, that Never Play video is nice when it switches from live action to animation. That was nice. That gave remnants of like, because didn't Britney Spears do that with Toxic? Or one of her songs, like half of it was live action, the other half was animated. I think it was Toxic.
I think it was Toxic. She was on the airplane.
Yeah, she was on the airplane with Toxic.
Something was animated. One of her music videos were animated.
I know Aaliyah did that. She was popular for doing that when she was on the scene. She was big in the anime bag before it was popular, especially in the Black community. Anyway.
But just to move on right quick, because I did forget we had a couple more things we had to discuss in this 10 minutes, and we then took it with the VMAs. But upcoming albums. So on the October 1st, Ariana Grande. So this is not upcoming. This just released. Ariana Grande released Eternal Sunshine Slightly Deluxe and also live with a couple of more songs and like live versions of like 6 or 7 songs from the original album. Glorilla is coming out with an album, Glorious, on October 11th. And then other mentions for those who are interested. T Grizzly is dropping an album this month. Gucci Mane is dropping an album this month. And for all my alt rock people, The Offspring is dropping an album this month. And then kicking it into tours. Pink Friday Leg 2 started September 4th and ends October 11th. And then the Short and Sweet Tour by Sabrina Carpenter started September 23rd, 2024 and ends March 26th, 2025.
Ooh, she gonna be outside.
She finna be outside.
Is this gonna be Glorilla's first actual album?
Okay, so everything was like what, a mixtape?
That's what they say. And see that's the tea, because
I want to get into that quick before we get into Beyonce and the CMAs, because we're touching our pop culture section. Let me put up the banner. We are in the pop culture section.
Yeah,
I deleted the thing. Let me make another thing.
Cause that's a good point. Cause
we in the pop culture. I wanted to ask you, King, because that, but also that Megan's Act 2, she's calling it a mixtape. So I just wanted to ask you, what is the determining factor between an album and a mixtape?
I guess nowadays it's basically what the artist called it because you can put it. But I think back before streaming became a big thing. I think the biggest thing between the album and the mixtape, from my understanding, is the album was how am I trying to explain this? A mixtape was underground vibe. You really didn't release it to streaming services. You might find it on YouTube, but you really would find it on places like SoundCloud, Spinrilla. But the albums are more commercial, so you get them on Apple Music, Spotify, you get them on YouTube, stuff like that. But I think the lines now between the album and the mixtape are starting to get blurred.
Yeah.
And I feel like this could just be me talking at the side of my neck. I feel like the girls are saying throw a mixtape around because the numbers ain't hitting album.
Yeah. They was like, hold on. That's a mixtape.
Okay.
When I read that about me, let me look up mixtape versus album. Now I want to see.
I just looked that up. So that's what I wanted to say, that in general, you were correct. They said albums are usually professionally produced in a studio and intended to make money from sales and radio singles. Mixtapes are usually created casually and given away for free or at a low cost to gain exposure or for marketing.
Yeah, that's the thing about mixtapes. You can't sell them. You can't get money for them. It's just like I said, free promo.
So I'm not upset that she said part 2 is a mixtape. Because the word mixtape has been thrown around with some of these albums, especially in the female hip hop space, because JT considered her thing a mixtape. I didn't know Glorilla's first everything was being considered a mixtape. Then Doechii called Alligator Bites a mixtape. Megan's I guess Act 1 is considered an album, and now Act 2 is going to be considered a mixtape. So I just wanted to know what's the determining factor.
My thing is I'm not mad at y'all calling these things mixtapes, but let it be in the essence of a real mixtape. We not paying for that shit. Don't even put that shit on iTunes. If you do put it on iTunes, let it be free. That's the essence of a mixtape. I should not hop on iTunes to this is a mixtape, but I gotta drop $7.99 for this mixtape. Wayne would never.
Yeah.
All them fucking dedications that drop on fucking Spinrilla, we ain't pay a dime for none of that. No ceiling them.
$0.
Even thinking about Kevin Gates, his mixtapes. Even people like Boosie,
The Weeknd got mixtapes.
Yeah. Do you think people just afraid to throw that label on it? I'm making music, but I don't want to call kind of like you just said. I'm making music, but I don't want to call it an album because this is not really a project. I just took some of these songs that I made and mashed them together.
Well, that's what they're saying. But then that's the other definition that I was seeing of the mixtapes. They were saying this article specifically from the Union Recording Studio says that an album is a collection of structured songs that tell a story, whereas a mixtape is just a collection of random songs.
Yeah, they just throw it together.
That's what we get a lot, honestly, with albums
And with those definitions that we read, the only one out of all the people that released, out of all the girls that released, that I will consider the essence of a mixtape will probably be JT.
Yeah, that was random as hell.
That was a mixtape.
That was random as hell.
That was a mixtape.
That was random. The only one that, even though she called it a mixtape, and I'm not discrediting her, I'm not saying that she should go a different route. I feel like Doechii's mixtape could have been considered an album.
That was definitely an album type vibe.
Based on these definitions and the conversation that we're having, I haven't listened to Glorilla's album in full, but the way that it was going felt like an album. Now, if we're considering it a mixtape, I will take a second go at it and be like, okay, I can see where the mixtape was coming in for that. So in Megan's case, is this going to be like something for the hotties again, where she just put a 20 random ass songs on a track on a mixtape?
I don't like that. The whole Megan Act to a mixtape. I don't like that, Megan. I don't like that. I don't like that about that. At this point in time, you could release the mixtape. I'm not saying you can't release no mixtape, girly. Do your thing. It shouldn't have been tied to this album. The Act 2 should be the album on its own. If you want to make a mixtape, do that a separate entity from the whole Megan rollout. Don't do that. Because now it just look like oh, my album did sell, so this deluxe, because it really was supposed to be a deluxe. Now it's an Act 2. Now it's a mix. See what I'm saying? It's a lot of red tape, confusion.
I would like to see if she does like an interview, because her Billboard interview was like focused on Megan and everything that she had been doing at this point. When Act 2 drops, and if she's going to keep Mixtape on the label, I would want to know what her thought process was with calling this a mixtape. Or like, or bigger picture, what's the finish line for this whole act situation?
Yeah.
Because like artists just off the top of my head that's doing like a 3-part type thing or known for doing 3-part storytelling. We currently have Beyonce with the whole Renaissance thing. Act 1 being the dance hall, house music. Act 2 now being the country influence with Cowboy Carter. And everybody's rumoring Act 3 to be rock and roll. The Weeknd does his shit in 3 parts. If we want to talk about trilogy, if we want to talk about that whole Starboy collection, and now with After Hours, Dawn FM, and I forgot what the last album is supposed to be called that he's about to release.
I haven't seen the name for it, but
that's about to be a trilogy of things. I would want to know her thought process of what this if it's going to be 3 parts, what's the reasoning behind you breaking this up, this whole Megan rollout being divided into 3 parts.
Yeah.
And then maybe that might give more insight into why Act 2 is being considered a mixtape.
I just want them to, if y'all gonna call these things mixtapes, treat it like a mixtape. Give it to the audience for free. Let it be a mixtape. Let it be you just fuck off in the studio and release this. I mean, you can put it on iTunes, but again, let it be a mixtape. Let it be free. Like, I don't. No. Yeah, I feel like a lot of these talk about mixtapes are cop out because they're scared to say this is my album and this just it. But I mean,
but when you go and look up albums, you're gonna see their mixtapes anyway.
Yeah.
but my other thing in Megan's case, with the discussion that we had on the last hit stop, she has the 3rd highest selling album in the female rap space. So is it numbers?
I think if they're comparing, if they're doing that comparison,
but then the 2 that made more numbers than her came out in 2023. So technically, as far as 2024 is concerned, she has the highest selling. As far as first week sales, she has the highest selling female rap album of 2024.
But I think there's out for females. We already know there's going to be that comparison to that one female.
I mean, it's not even that comparison. I just feel like, and I ain't gonna say maybe I'm just allegedly maybe making feel like this too. That album was supposed to do more. They were banking on that album doing more.
And that's fair.
Knew that, and I wanted it to do more, and they just didn't. It didn't. And maybe she's just like, you know what, y'all? Maybe this next piece is gonna be a little mixtape.
Yeah, I do understand.
So do you feel like she was discouraged then, and now it's like, I don't want to call this an album because of what happened the first go round?
I would hope not.
It could be though, because Megan has been in our face for a while. Like she's been putting stuff out back to back. She's been she's been everywhere doing some of everything. So when that album didn't do as good as a lot of people thought, I mean, she probably was like, hold on, let me take 2 steps back and let me go back to that mixtape.
I read the responses on her Billboard interview, and I don't know, maybe it's just, what we tell the public ain't the same way we feel on the back end, but it just really felt like to me through the interview that she didn't really give a fuck. That she just gonna make music and pursue her craft regardless, and whatever comes out of it.
She is.
What comes out of that.
She is by definition independent, so she really don't gotta give a fuck. Unless she just want to get her money back, want to get her own money back, but she really don't gotta give a fuck for it. She ain't gotta pay no label back. Everything she doing is out her own pocket. So
I would just want to know what the thought process is, given up till now, because she has numerous projects, as as being Megan Thee Stallion. I would like to know the thought process.
I ain't mad at them for doing mixtape, but treat it as a mixtape. Drop it on, what's that site that people drop them underground songs on? It ain't SoundCloud, that's the other one. Not Spinrilla. Damn, it's another one. Audio Man. Drop your mixtape on Audio Mac for free, and then you can say it's a mixtape. My new mixtape out now on Audio Mac.
We'll see what she do.
Hop over to Audio Mac and stream your mixtape.
Well, we got 21 minutes left, guys. So I do want to go to our planned pop culture news topic. So the highlight question of this conversation is who determines the genre or an album or song? And this is stemming from, it recently came out that Beyonce received 0 nominations for the CMAs. And there's been a lot of discourse on the internet, given that to the fans, Cowboy Carter is being considered as a country album, even though Beyonce herself said that this is not a country album, this is a Beyonce album in its country influence. I just want to have the conversation of, should Cowboy Carter have received nominations for the CMAs despite what Beyonce said? And with all of the discourse, who decides the genre of an album? Is it us, the fans, listening to it, or is it the artists themselves?
So we're judging the album as a whole, or just like the individual?
So the album
as a whole.
Yeah, or if we want to go through the categories, because I did look up the categories for the CMAs. If Cowboy Carter was or had gotten any nominations, they have single of the year, album of the year, song. What's the difference between single and song of the year? Female vocalist of the year, musical event of the year, musician of the year, music video of the year, things like that. So I know specifically for song of the year is that some of the criterias that it has to have reached the top 10 of Billboard's country airplay chart, Billboard's hot country songs chart, or the country air check chart for the time period that all the songs are being considered. For album of the year, to qualify as an album or release must contain at least 6 different songs, have a total playing line of 15 minutes. I don't see anything about charting or whatever, but I did want to look into that as far as the criterion stuff.
I was going to say, because I know you asked what's the difference between song and single of the year. Song of the year is given to the songwriters, and the single is given to the artist.
Gotcha.
So if you win single of the year, then the artists get the award. If they win the song of the year, the songwriters get the award.
Got it. So for me,
Leo.
I'm not, and I may, if I'm the only person on this island, that's fine. If Beyonce don't care that she didn't get nominated for the CMAs, and I mean, I'm not showing too much of a big deal about it, especially if she said herself that this is not that she's not considering it a country album. She said this ain't a country album, this is a Beyonce album. So she's not considering it a country album. It don't seem like she's pressed. So I'm not sure why we should be pressed. Like, I get the discourse that when she dropped like Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages, that some of the country radio stations weren't playing it, or they were, getting responses like, we play country music, we don't play Beyonce, and things like that. But the article I read seems more so that she wasn't making the album to get in the country space. She was just, because of the whole Dixie Chick situation, it sounded like she made the album to prove a point that she can make that music and do her big one and get on down. So I don't know.
Yeah.
If
okay, so for me, damn, where Antoine go? Is it me or is my screen feel like?
No, Antoine dropped off on mine too.
Because I had to look at, I had to look at the chart placements for the album and see, where the album.
So on the bill and what for Billboard as a whole, it charted, but I read that it didn't chart on the country, on Billboard's country charts.
Yes, it did. I'm reading it. It made it number 1 on country, Americana, and top album sales. So it went number 1 on the country album.
For Billboard?
She was the first and she was the first black woman ever to lead the top country albums list. It says also claimed the biggest week for a country album by units since Taylor Swift. So yeah, it says Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages tracks debuted and have peaked on number ones and number nines respectively on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart, marking Beyonce's first entry on the tally. So her songs on her albums charted with the country people. It might not have been for long, but that album went number one on Billboard Country, and Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages charted with the country song. So
I'm trying
my
to find
point
the
is,
article I read.
Did they chart in time? I guess for the CMAs, because I do remember seeing that they were charting.
But it's from a certain. It was definitely. I can't remember the period where they look at the songs. It's like, but I think it definitely fit in the
window
the
for
time period in the window where it would be considered.
I dropped out, but I remember the last thing I heard was that you're not pressed about it. I'm also not pressed about it. If she don't care, she don't care. I do feel like, yeah, a lot of that stuff did have a lot. It was a country genre, in my opinion.
I see where it said, this is where I got it mixed up at, King. It said that on Billboard's country airplay chart, it stalled, Texas Hold'em stalled at number 33, and Jolene never made it higher than number 56. So, yeah. Which was one of the charts that they consider for single of the year.
Yeah, and my thing is, though, I know Beyonce probably don't care, but it's like, why not? Like, this was a good album. It was a popular album in this country. So why would y'all blatantly leave her off these categories? It's like, I'm just trying to wrap my head around why would y'all do that? To me, it kind of felt spiteful. To me, it was like, okay, you didn't drop this country album trying to show us something. No, bitch, we finna show you something. And it's like, why?
I could see that side, but
to me, it's like she didn't have to win them, because I see a lot of people saying that, oh, y'all just want Beyonce to win everything. I'm not a part of the Beehive, but my thing is to at least put her up there, at least nominate her, acknowledge the fact that she made a country album, a number one country album. Acknowledge that. Why is it so hard for y'all to acknowledge that?
Well, do you think that I would say, like, her experience, I believe she said it was 2016 when she went to the CMAs, and she said she didn't feel very welcomed into the space and things like that. Is it possible that even 2024, like, even though you've made this country album, you're still not welcome in this space?
And I'm trying to understand why isn't I don't know what Beyonce did on the back end to make them people mad at her, but like I look at K Michelle, like she has been switched over to the country space, and they've been treating her well. You know, she's been nominated for CMA awards and been invited to the award show.
Was it immediately though, or did it take time?
I think when I first heard K Michelle was doing country, I think that was back when he was in college. Man, no, let me lie, it was around that time. And like maybe a couple years ago is when she really started popping up on the country music scene. So it wasn't immediately off the bat. I ain't gonna do that. It wasn't off the bat she was in there, but I think she had to put in, a little, But I think she got an endorsement. I forgot who finally endorsed her in the countryside to make people, gravitate towards her. Because it usually take an endorsement. Lil Nas X had Billy Ray. I forgot who Shabuzi had, which one of them white men endorsed him for the white people start listening to him. I thought what Chicago was gonna do for Beyonce. What's her name that sang Jolene with the big titties? Ooh, my bad. Ooh.
Dolly Parton? She said, whatchamacallit with the big titties?
What's her name? Dolly Parton.
So,
apparently that wasn't enough for them to be convinced over there in the country realm. But
it is weird though. It is weird.
Okay. And I would agree with that even though Beyonce's not considered a country album, they still could have gave her flowers. Like, hey, we understand that you're not calling this a country album, but we would like to nominate your album, a few of your songs for the CMAs.
Even if she didn't win, nominate her, invite her out. Real cute. Flowers are given. Beyonce can go home, go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
I see that. I see that side. And then I just see it as the other thing that is it possible that they may have been going off of her statement, like, well, if she don't consider it a country album, we not gonna bother.
That's what I was going to say, because if she's saying it, they not for real gonna care, because unless they really just got this panel that sits down and be like, okay, this is country, that y'all listen to this is country, we're gonna put this in the awards, or we're gonna nominate them or something like that. But if they heard it and they was like, oh, well, she said that ain't country, we ain't gonna worry about that for real.
And it could be some other deep-seated political,
that's what I think.
Very, very deep into that decision. But or it also could just be, she's not considered. Because on the other end of the spectrum, I'm thinking about, can't remember when we talked about this, King, but it was a live stream where you had talked about how with Nicki, with Super Freaky Girl, how she deemed it a pop song, but they put it in hip hop. Right. So now
it was the other way around.
She deemed it hip hop and they put it in pop.
She deemed it hip hop and they put it in melodic pop or something like that.
Okay,
and the thing
my bad.
Is they gave Big Energy hip hop, and they was like, that's supposed to be in pop with Mariah Carey singing that. That was the whole thing about that.
So I guess like the point that I'm trying to make is that maybe we should listen to the award show. We should listen to the artists.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this. So if it was us giving out awards and we came to the country category and we came up on Cowboy Carter, knowing that it went #1 in the country category and a few of her singles went charted in the country category, would we just sit here and be like, okay, well, since Beyonce said it's not country,
no, I would
put her in no categories.
I would do exactly
knowing what we know.
Know about what, the CMAs, or just knowing
how her album plays with the general public, like in the country category.
And that's what I was saying earlier, that the CMAs could have been like, hey, Beyonce, if I was awards person, I'm on the Academy or whatever, I've been like, hey, Beyonce, even though you are not considering your album a country album, we would still like to nominate your album and some of your songs, because they did place on the charts that would fit the criteria for some of these awards that we have.
And that's how they
just had country vibes. That's
where I wasn't disagreeing that they could have did that. But I was also saying on the other side of the spectrum is that sometimes we get to award shows and they don't listen to the artists of where they want their art and their music to be. Yeah. Where we have situations like Nicki calling Super Freaky Girl a hip hop, and they just decided, oh, we're gonna throw it in pop.
But I think the difference is with this though, Beyonce didn't give this a category. She said it was a Beyonce album, so it was left up for interpretation where we wanted to put it. So they had the opportunity to put it in the country. Yeah. Technically, she didn't say it was an R&B or a pop. She didn't say it was country. She didn't say it was anything, you guys. That's how I would be in the ballroom. She didn't say it was anything, you guys. So
but then, I mean, yes, well, why not? But then also, I guess the double-edged sword of that is that she didn't specifically call it country either.
Mm-hmm. But it wouldn't hurt,
but it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt because of chart data and everything that we know. But if it's gonna be open to interpretation, what?
Because if it's gonna be open to interpretation, where would you put it?
That's what I was gonna ask too.
And that's where I'm saying.
Cowboy Carter. Because it's not going on R&B.
It's not.
No,
it's not
going in hip hop.
It might go in pop, but some of the songs they might slide in pop. But you might get away with pop. Rock, no.
If we want to state the obvious, is country. If we want to state the obvious, is country.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're gonna say it's open to interpretation,
but I think they did. I think Beyonce wanted this to happen. I think that's why she did that. That's why she said it's not a country album, it's a Beyonce album. She left it open like that to see what they was gonna do. And that was outright bad. We're not putting you nowhere on our scorecards, girl. Miss Girl.
Go pop country.
They got pop. No. I thought I read it as, because go-go is a genre of music in the DMV. Go-go is a genre of music. Yeah. So I thought the comment that came up, I read it as go-go. Excuse me. Pop.
Right.
Country.
It's all right. We got a little water. Yeah. feel what you're saying, though, fool. She didn't say, but I just so that could have. Like, what? My thing is, it wouldn't have hurt y'all, and it probably would have gave y'all more attention this year for the CMAs had y'all done that.
And that's fair, and all of the points are fair that they could have, and I'm just gonna stick with on the surface level that. They didn't want like an opening interpretation type thing. Like Beyonce said, it's not country. We not even gonna worry about all that. But
I feel that.
Under the iceberg, under the water, there might be some political tension.
They wanted that for real.
Yeah.
That
if they wanted it, they would have did
CMAs
it. But...
and Beyonce, because if we're just going back to her 2016 performance, if she wasn't welcome there performing with the Dixie Chicks.
Yeah, but they said the Dixie Chicks had been blackballed in the country scene, and that was their first time popping back up in front of folks. Now that's what I read. That's what I read that they was mad at Beyonce for, because the Dixie Chicks had did something, and them country people won't fuck with them, and they pop up with Beyonce. Ooh, I'm gonna say something. Ooh,
Watch yourself. Watch yourself. Watch yourself.
Not only did we kick you out of here, but you pop up with her. We got something for you too. And her next time she want to come over here. So I feel it. They wrong for that though, because it pisses me off because y'all want to gatekeep a journey that y'all didn't even start to begin with. Y'all didn't got to create this, so I got to come over here in my motherfucking house, kick us out, and won't let us back in. That's great. That's what
made me get up out my seat.
I would. This could. Do you think we got 5 minutes left on this topic? Do you guys think that this might open the door for like the BET Awards to start having a country category
I wouldn't mind.
to honor black artists in country who
I
wouldn't
would
get
not mind
recognition at the CMAs?
Does that mean we can get not only Beyonce but Shabuzi, Miss Tanner? Because I love me some Tanner Ardell. I love Miss Tanner. And the other, I don't know any more black. I know it's some more out there, but I just don't be in tune with them. What she say?
She said, "Yeah, Dixie Chicks did like a political agenda thing, saying fuck Bush Live and country folks and like that."
Yeah, I knew they did something. Them country was like, "F you." Then they pop back up with Beyonce, and they're like, "Oh, but yeah, I wouldn't be mad at the BET Awards happening. I would be all for that. Actually, the BET Awards.
Yeah, they should honestly do that.
Because I
eat with that.
Because I feel like this goes back to our Black History Month conversation. It might have been music, or it might have been Hollywood in music, where we had this conversation that we have to start expanding our spaces. And for like BET, it doesn't have to be R&B, hip hop,
rap and hip hop, all that.
Because now we have black pop artists. As you can see, given Country Carter, we have black country artists, and
they can do alternative rock with Willow Smith and Touchdown Tizo.
I was just about to say that two of the Sleep Theory and the Fluorescents are two new pop rock, alt rock bands that I've just gotten into, and their lead singers are black men.
Yeah.
So like,
I wouldn't be mad if BET did add two new categories, one for rock, alt rock, and one for pop. Well, it'll be three if they do pop, alt rock, and country. But I think that's doing too much at one time. So I feel like pop and country at first.
Yeah.
Then they can do the alt rock a little later down the line.
Because MTV, if we just want to go back to the VMAs is, to me, is very pop heavy.
Yeah.
And as you can see, Taylor Swift dominate that all up and down.
Yeah.
So like, if the BET Awards could be expanded to accept black pop artists, black country artists, and maybe and if this happens with the country music, if the rumor still stands that Act 3 is going to be rock and roll, that might open the door for something like that too.
I think so. BET. So Tyler Perry, y'all watching? Y'all need to.
Tyler Perry does not have BET.
Anyway.
They need to let me in the room. If they let me in that room, I'll revamp BET. Man, I swear to God, I would bring back 106 and Park. All of that. I would revamp BET. BET out the door.
Hey, if they bring back 106 and Park, folks got to make videos.
Yeah, I feel like that.
They don't have to.
I feel like that.
If you want to be number one on the top 20 on 106 and Park, you got to make a video. You got to make a video.
When somebody from the motherfucking bodega, get the fuck over.
Right, doing the same thing every time.
We're gonna be watching the same Three Megan Thee Stallion videos every 106 and Park. Y'all got to make the videos. Y'all got to get in the studio.
Oh my.
But I would so after that, it did come out that Country Carter,
Not Country Carter.
Country Carter, Cowboy Carter, country music, Cowboy Carter, country
Yeah.
music,
Cowboy
Cowboy
Carter.
Carter,
Right.
Cowboy
Ooh.
Carter. I don't think they got nominated, but they qualified for the Grammys. The album qualified for the Grammys, correct?
Okay, I saw that the country categories at the Grammys. Yeah, I saw that.
So there goes the recognition there, and I don't know. We could still talk about the political stuff, that it could be some behind the scenes, like, oh, don't worry about the CMAs, we got you at the Grammys.
Yeah,
And
I think that's what it's giving, because the Grammys would eat with that. They would eat with that. If they came to Beyonce, it was like, you know, your husband did all that last year, girl. We got you. The CMAs, we got you. Matter of fact, we're gonna put your album and all your singles in the country category. You're gonna take home 2 awards, and you get to give a speech. How about that, Beyonce?
we got
She
you.
probably was like, yeah. So, the Grammys would eat with that. If they gave Beyonce at least 1 country award, 1 country Grammy, they'll eat with that. They would eat. They'll eat with that.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Because the Grammys not till next year, right?
Is it? Ain't the Grammys at the end of this year?
The Grammys usually happen like the year after. When is the next Grammys? Okay, so the last one just happened February 4th, 2024.
Oh, okay.
So which means the next one gonna be 2025, which is where they're gonna do Cowboy Carter got qualified, Eternal Sunshine got qualified, and I didn't see who else got qualified for the Grammys. But that's all the time we have for our pop culture news topic. So we're gonna go straight into my recommendations. So these are gonna be albums, singles, albums and singles that we would like to recommend to you guys to check them out. If you're not familiar with these artists or familiar with these albums, these are my recommendations for September 2024. So first we have Mixtape Pluto by Future, Free Black by Black, It's Okay, I'm Okay by Tate McRae, that's a single, Riot by Paramore, and then Eternal Sunshine Slightly Deluxe, and also Live. I had to put that on there.
Yeah,
I had to put Eternal Sunshine back on there.
Let me say this. Eternal Sunshine better win album of the year at the Grammys. And if it don't, and if it doesn't,
I'm just really.
What her numbers been looking like for her album? Do y'all know?
I don't think it. Let me look at the chart data.
Can't name nobody that did a better album. I just can't name one person that just gave me a no skip.
I kind of just want to know like how the people have been feeling. Like I know because I know y'all have been talking about it for a long time. Like I've listened to it through you guys, and it is a nice album, but
did
it hold up
from top to bottom?
It did debut number 1 on the Billboard 200 when it dropped.
Yeah. How many? I think it sold like over 200K first week.
I'm trying to see.
Damn.
What you should do, Antoine, is
227K units.
Yeah.
Damn.
What you should do, Antoine, one night is fix you a drink, get drunk, and listen to it from top to bottom while you drunk. I've
listened to it to three times this week. I am afraid that because of the track record with the Grammys that they're gonna pull another Taylor Swift thing. And I don't want them to do that because Eternal Sunshine is nice from top to bottom. And the live tracks, she was singing. The arrangements.
Yeah, she sung. I'm finna buy me a guitar just to learn how to play Eternal Sunshine. The live version. I can just see me on that guitar.
I can see that happening.
Set up on the guitar. But yeah, that better win. She better go home with something. That's all I'm gonna say.
She leaving here with something. She better be leaving here with something. She better leave there with something. That's all I'm gonna say. Because that's the only person I'm really checking for this shit. Of course, Beyonce Cowboy Carter because of the whole controversy. I want her to win because they played in my girl face. I really want Ariana to win something.
Ariana, the only one I'm checking for this year. And how long Sabrina? She got to get something too. I want my girl to get something too.
So Sabrina got qualified for Best New Artist for the Grammys.
Okay.
I think
y'all can get her that. I wouldn't be mad at that. And they was talking about that too because they feel like Sabrina not on New Artist, but they pulled up the criteria.
They said I saw that it meant like Best New Artist who finally hit mainstream.
Yeah, mainstream and breakout. That's the part that made her qualify because she really just hit mainstream with espresso for real.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because as much as I love Nonsense, I found that on a whim. I think people will forget the album when the Grammys come out. Which album?
Ariana. That's when y'all was talking about that.
Oh, okay.
Eternal Sunshine? No,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
That's what my girl wants y'all to think because I'm telling y'all, after Wicked drop, come December, January, we getting the Eternal Sunshine official deluxe album. Watch this. Watch what I tell you. This slightly deluxe shit, y'all not paying attention. Y'all not reading between the lines. We gonna get an official Eternal Sunshine deluxe, and that bitch gonna eat. She trying to get through with Wicked, and I want her to get through with this because
I'm excited. I'm excited for Wicked. I saw your tweet, and you was like, "We don't give a fuck about that movie," but I was like, "I give a fuck about the
movie." Ain't that finna drop soon?
It drops Thanksgiving.
So when that's over with, I feel like she either gonna go on tour. She gonna give us an official deluxe. She ain't gonna let us forget. She's not gonna let us forget because we just forgot. And what she just do the other day? Dropped 7 live tracks, and now we back eating.
And now they back. Oh, they up and down. They eating that up. Yeah, they eating that up real bad.
I feel like after Wicked dropping, maybe like after Christmas, I give her like around the.
I'm ready for the tour. January. I hope she does a tour for this.
I think that's what she gonna announce, like a tour deluxe, like around January sometime in there. She gonna like either I'm going on tour or here's my official deluxe, and I'm gonna be front and center, whatever it is.
All right, y'all, but that was our mob recommendation for 2024. So now we're moving on to our next segment of Hit Stop. Let's see what it's giving. And we're going to be going over the singles, albums, and music videos that dropped for September 2024. So let's get into singles. Oh, you don't want me to announce them first?
No, I was going to say, I ain't do my homework this time. Y'all going to be mad.
What are we here for? What are we here for?
We're the top, girl.
But all right, I did my homework. So singles for pop, we have "It's Okay, I'm Okay" by Tate McRae, "Dancing in the Flames" by The Weeknd. For rap, we have "Hold On" by Glorilla, "Don't Worry" with Kid Cudi and Chip the Ripper, "Song Cry" by Rich Homie Quan, and "Never Play" with Megan Thee Stallion featuring Jungkook. For R&B, we have "Timeless" with The Weeknd featuring Playboi Carti. For country, we have "Highway," Shabuzi. And for alt rock, we have Linkin Park dropped 2 singles, "The Emptiness Machine" and "Heavy Is the Crown." So since King ain't do his homework,
I did some of the homework.
What you listen to?
I listened to Tate. I listened to The Weeknd through y'all. I listened to "Never Play" by Megan Against My Own Will. So I can talk to
it got catchy. When I first listened to it, I was like, Megan. And then I kept listening to it, and I was like, okay, I'm not mad at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's how I beat up with some of her songs, though. Like you be like, all right,
this felt like Boa, because Boa had to grow on me. This had to
grow
on me I'll
say
Boa
that too.
Did.
Yeah, it gave kind of the same thing for me too. I like when I first heard it, it was like, all right, this is okay. But then I was like, okay, it's a little catchy. It's
I want to touch on Tate McRae right quick. Britney's back, bitch. Britney's
Tate
back.
McRae ate that up.
Britney's back. If she's gonna keep making more music like this, I might become a Tate McRae fan.
I hope she stays down this road. I hope she do.
I heard that she has a GQ interview with Britney Spears. I have yet to look it up, but I hope it exists. I hope it exists because I want to see like her the influence and stuff like that. When I watched this video and the song, I was like,
Yeah, they do give 2003 Britney.
Now I will say Antoine put me on with Shabuzi. I like that Highway song. I added it to my playlist.
Shabuzi be having some hits sometimes.
Let me tell y'all who else. Because I'm into Shabuzi a little bit. I don't know. He just, I don't know. I be getting sidetracked when I watch him and stuff.
Okay, but
it's hard to thank you. I be like, Lord have mercy.
Maybe you need to listen to the song and not the video. Stop watching the video.
Yeah, you listen to the video, not the song.
You're supposed to be focusing on the music.
I be like, God damn, that's a black man. That's a black king right there.
I'll say a lot of times I just don't be in the mood to listen to the country music, like on a regular day or whatever. But his music does sound good. I'll give him that.
I was like, not all. Like I like country music. I blame Beyonce because
I
I
was
wasn't even
gonna
supposed to
say
be in there. I wasn't even supposed to be in there with y'all.
What you doing in there? What you?
All right.
another song I didn't put on here by my girl Tanner Adair. She brought up is called Silverado. Now I like her. I haven't really listened to Shabuzi, what he brings to the country music, but the way what Tanner brings to country music is like I want to say it's like a trap country vibe. It's not really trap, but it's kind of like trap. It's real black, is what I be trying to get at with Tanner. Like her country songs are very black, and I can't explain it. And I like her song Silverado, like it's country, but you could tell like this not.
It's like borderline something else, but it's
the reel's gonna come off the grill in a couple minutes. Country, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I like her. Like I like Tanner. I forgot to put her song on her Silverado, but I like Tanner.
Yeah.
So she's making me get into country a little bit. I might go back and do Shabuzi, but
Shabuzi, that highway song was nice. Now I'm not just gonna be like, ooh, let me give him my Shabuzi bag, but Antoine got that one. He got that 1 point from me.
So what's the song by Shabuzi that's been number one all these weeks?
The bar song, Tipsy.
The Tipsy bar. Okay. How did the song go?
How it go, Antoine?
Ooh,
because the only time I listen to it, Antoine put it on.
Because I have put it on, and now I can't think about it.
Oh, yes, you can. He's shy, y'all. It's all right.
No, because I'll play it right now.
No, that's copyright. It's copyright. Cut that off. What is he doing?
Oh, you too for
I'm gonna need a double shot of whiskey.
He can't.
Something.
He can't flip. So I think it's like
go to the chorus.
I played it for 1 second.
Go to the chorus.
You got to be like 5 seconds. It can't be.
I'm gonna need I know this part. Okay, I forget the words. I'm gonna need a double shot of whiskey. Double shot of whiskey.
Song.
Yeah.
Everybody get
But
well, yeah.
I'm excited for Linkin Park's album. I was not expecting Linkin Park to come back and make more music, but I'm not mad.
I was surprised when they dropped that. I think I was like on the way to work or something. I was like, not Linkin Park.
Right. I woke up one morning and I was like, Linkin Park. Because I had, and it like passed, like, I saw it and I didn't pay too much attention to it, but I did see the news that Linkin Park had gotten a new lead singer. But it didn't register in my head like they about to start making more music. It was more so like, oh, they just got a new lead singer.
What you thought they was going to do with the new lead singer?
I'm saying it didn't click. It didn't click that music was coming. It didn't click that
she
music
was like,
was
oh, that's nice.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
So
it didn't click in my head that they was making music. So the Emptiness Machine, both of them, love both of the songs. I'm excited. I'm excited for the album.
I'm gonna go check them out. I just didn't do my homework like I should have. Now, when it comes to the albums, when we get to that part, I did my homework on them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I know I listened to Glorilla's "Hold On" one time,
hold
and the one time that I listened to, the one time I listened to it, it stuck in my head for about the next 2 days, and I never went back. Not that it was a bad song, but it was catchy enough to stay in my head at least for a little bit.
Glorilla is a grow on me artist. That's how her song is for me. Like at first, every time I listen to Glorilla at first, she just aggravates the shit out of me with the way she rap, and I'd be like, okay, let me go back.
You do
TGI
gotta get used to
it. Me off at first. It's 7 p.m. Friday. But then I got it. Then I got into that. So maybe I'll just get hipped on that. Few months now.
I think I like Glorilla's vibe because when I listen to some of her songs, it really sounds like Crime Mob, and I'd be like, okay, yeah. If I imagine that this is like Crime Mob 2024, but it's just Glorilla by herself, I'm with you. I can ride with this. I agree with the comment in the chat. I'm also gonna have to get used to the new singer for Linkin Park. Like
I noticed it's a woman. Was the old singer a woman too?
Oh,
okay.
He was a man. So like. Yeah, it's gonna have to take some adjusting. I don't think she's doing a bad job. Like the songs that I listened to when her part came in, it flowed, like it didn't take away from the song for me, but it's definitely an adjustment, especially if you're a big Linkin Park fan and you listen to all like their previous stuff.
Right. So y'all hate women.
What?
Ooh,
I'm just asking.
I just don't know how we got to. I'm going to have to adjust to a new singer to We Hate Women.
We hate
I'm just saying we
I
love
feel like
women
this.
here at
I
the
feel like
Blood
that was
Mom.
a very extreme line to draw,
I'm
friend.
just kidding. We love women here at the Blood Mom.
But Antoine said he don't like that Weekend song.
I like
Uh-oh.
the first part of it. I'm a,
You talking about Timeless? No, I don't like Timeless.
No. Okay, so Dancing Flames. I like Dancing Flames. I like Dancing Flames. And when I listened to it like a couple times, and I was like, maybe I really just like this song, and I catch myself singing it all the time, Dancing in the Flames. So I do like that song. It is definitely on my playlist. Timeless. It's like
Timeless
I'm
drags
kind
on
of
too long.
It's like I like when it come on. It's like a nice beat or whatever, but
That should have been a 2-minute TikTok song.
Oh,
but it just didn't.
But not to like, because the song is good for the first 2 minutes that the song is on. I was listening to it and I was vibing, and at a certain point, I was like, the song's still going. How much time I got left? I had a minute and something left. I said, we're gonna have to go to the next one. And we're gonna have to go to the next one. It was dragging.
Yeah. So it's okay, but I ain't added it to no playlist or nothing like that.
And he said the album's coming. He ain't said when the album's coming, so
he has not.
Mr. Surprise drop, but I need at least 5 from him. I need at least 5 songs.
That's what I said too. At least 5.
I need at least 5.
5 able.
He already released like 4, right?
No, he released 2.
Oh,
but he did those at that concert that he was at South whatever wherever he was. He sung those
12, 13 songs.
No, I need 5 that I like.
Oh, 5 that you like. Oh.
Yeah. 5 hitters.
I can't, and that's got to be outside of Dancing in the Flames, because I'm gonna put that on. That's gonna be a go-to regardless, but everything after that.
Well, looks like you got a lot to work with the weekend. They're counting on you.
Antoine said he pulling up to your house in black trucks.
Yeah.
But do we have anything else to say about the singles, or do you guys want to go ahead and move in the albums?
I have nothing else to say. I have nothing else to add.
Nah, not for real. I listened to part of Song Cry, but I didn't. I'm gonna have to go back to that at some point.
I listened to the whole thing. It was very bittersweet to listen to, given that this will be the last song we hear from Rich Homie Quan.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of like. I don't remember why. I don't know what point I turned it off at, but I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be sad," and I was like, I turned it.
I mean, the way that
crying.
I wasn't gonna start crying.
I mean, the way that it starts, it gave that emotional. You know, when the trap rappers have that one emotional song, and I guess with like the vibe of how it came on and how he started rapping, and given the fact that they released this after his passing,
I was like, all right, that's enough of that. So I turned that off. I'm gonna go back to it though.
So yeah, for me, it was bittersweet to listen to. And I think they dropped it like the Friday, like it may have been a week or so, right? Like after he passed, like
yeah, it was like
it was a very close window of when they dropped that song. Let's go ahead and go into albums then, guys. So we're gonna start with our mob reviews. We're gonna discuss the score, who was on the mob reviews, and if we're still listening or not. And then we have some non mob reviews. What happened to Rich Homie Quan? Rich Homie Quan passed away earlier September, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and get into these albums. I don't think I put up the thing for singles either. But let's start with our mob reviews. So Katy Perry's 143. Me and King were on this mob review. We gave it a 59%, which is average on our scale. I gave it a 52%. King gave it a 65%. King, are you still listening?
I listen to I'm Here Sees Mine sometimes. I listen to Lifetimes, and that might be it. That might be all okay to get out of me.
If I was to go back to this album, it's I'm His, He's Mine. But overall, as a whole, a lot of these songs I felt like could have been like the shit. Like if this dropped in like 2013, 2014.
Ooh, uh-oh.
And it was just the way that some of them are shaped and the what it reminded me of, and like where I felt like, you know how where music takes you places.
Yeah,
So when I was
you're right
listening to
about that.
some of these songs, I felt transported back into like high school. It was like the songs that were coming out around that time, and I was like, these songs would fit in that realm
Mm-hmm.
of music that, you know, for the Mississippi folks that was playing on Y101 and stuff like that. And I don't, and that did play a part into my rating. But the other thing is that some of these songs is just, I was listening to it and I wasn't mad at it, but this just didn't feel like an outstanding piece of work for me.
Mm-mm. It didn't. Another song I enjoyed was Artificial with JID with G.
Artificial had me until she did that robot shit at the end, and I was like, see, that pisses me off. Artificial. What the
She did.
Yeah. We right at Harley's in Hawaii.
That's
I
what
ain't
got,
listen to the full
that's,
album.
that's what got in the chat. I
She
wanted
said
more
you
Harleys in
and
Hawaii
Zai.
fun vibe.
Ay, ay,
Ay,
ay.
ay, ay, ay,
Harleys in
ay,
Hawaii was
ay.
nice though. I just
No, hold on, wait, y'all. Have y'all seen the video of Katy Perry singing that song in that bathroom live, and she was trying to hit that note?
She must tow it
I'm
up.
gonna just say this.
We'll talk about it offline. We'll talk about it offline. Show me offline.
Katy was wrong for that.
But I definitely agree. I would say that Katy Perry kind of lowered my expectations for this album when the first single for this album was Woman's World.
Say she confident. She confident.
And then there she came out with Lifetimes, and Lifetimes wasn't bad, but I still wasn't like, oh, this album is finna be like, I'm looking forward to this album. But it did, Woman's World did like upset me, especially with that being the opener for the album. I was like, Katy, you could have put this at the bottom of the album. I wouldn't have been mad at you if you put Woman's World at the bottom to start off this album with Woman's World.
With sexy confidence. She wanted y'all to know.
I feel like for what she was trying to go for, the whole vibe of it, probably in her head, like this is gonna get them.
This the one.
This the one. I can see the vibe, like the whole Woman's World. This is Katie's back. What's her name? Catherine Hudson's back.
I just feel like,
and it just didn't deliver.
Honestly,
unfortunately.
Y'all quit laughing at Katy for real. Y'all know she's a legend, an icon.
No, she is, which is why I was expecting more from this project.
I was.
That her legacy is exactly why I was expecting more from this project, because Lady Gaga said she was coming back. Then Katy Perry was talking about she was doing the album. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Katy Perry and Lady Gaga coming back?
We're finna get the 2010s again.
Oh, and then we got there, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah, they arrived at Miss Gaga.
I feel like
put her on here.
So I started listening to Harlequin, which is Lady. I saw in she did an interview for this. She's basically calling that album Lady Gaga album 6.5. So the next album is, she said, it's going to be a pop album, Lady Gaga pop album. This album specifically, Harlequin, was for the Joker album. And when I started listening to it, it has that very like show tuney vibe, which I guess is the vibe that you're going for in the songs in the Joker. And at the time that I was listening to the album, I was not in the mindset to listen to that right now. So we got a question about Katy Perry's album. Do you think because her songs are like teens and 20s music, that her getting older, the music is not fitting her anymore?
I mean, I could see that, because I mean the times are changing. So, you know, what we used to like, kids, I don't like all that no more. Well, I ain't gonna say none of them, but you know, times do change. So
if I had to compare like what the new pop is, because you have people like Sabrina Carpenter. If I had to compare Short and Sweet to Katy Perry, which is like two different generations of like pop music. That could be what's going on. That the expectation for pop music is a bit different.
Different. Mm-hmm.
That when we think pop music, now we're thinking Sabrina Carpenter, Tate McRae's coming out onto the scene. You got
Olivia Rodriguez, the little girl that be playing.
you got Renee Rapp, and then
Billie
our pop,
Eilish.
Billie Eilish, and then we go when we were younger and coming up, our pop icons were Lady
Catherine
Gaga,
Hudson,
Katy Perry,
Kesha, and
right?
Britney,
Britney. Sean Paul.
So I don't know who she was trying to appeal to these songs, but they just didn't give me Dark Horse, E.T., Teenage Dream,
yeah, Catherine,
T.G. Last Friday Night,
Catherine.
Dua
Lipa.
Yeah.
One thing about Dua, she gonna twist that hip. One thing about
Dua, they said she danced now. They said she do full routines.
Man, I watched Zach Campbell. Shout out to you, Zach, if you come stop by the channel. I watched one of his videos with Zach on his channel, and she was doing a little something. She was, clapping
one too.
Not clapping, no.
But they did. I seen a TikTok. They put up recent performance about what she was doing that hip.
Yeah, I remember.
I saw that.
It was so funny. That was hilarious. My girl Dua,
they had so many memes on that.
Oh my god!
The only song we know about Dua is you know what I mean? Ain't that her song?
I like Dua Lipa. Physical, Houdini, that new album that she dropped a couple months ago. I like that album.
I'm gonna have to get into some new pop girl. The only new pop girl that I've just really been into for real is Sabrina. Now it's gonna be Tate. Since Tate done caught my attention. So let's see how long she's gonna hold it.
Yeah, I hope she can. I really hope Tate McRae continues with that vibe.
Stick the landing, please.
But what I was gonna say, I feel like I may have would have had a different perception of Katy Perry's album if she chose a new single to start this off. Because imagine if she started the rollout with the Doechii song.
Yeah, that would have ate. But how long has she done that? You would have been pissed off because you listen to the rest of the songs like, girl, what the fuck is this? Pissed off. You done went into expectations so high. You got to chest you confident and been so mad.
But I mean, I didn't have any expectations at all. She started with Women's World.
And Catherine, let me just tell you this. When the deluxe comes, I heard you making a deluxe after you tour overseas. I noticed you didn't drop no 2 days for the U.S. She must not be touring around the U.S.
She said,
I saw that too.
For real.
When you drop a deluxe, or that's what they say. Listen, Catherine. Don't drop a deluxe. It's all right. We don't even want it. Go on tour.
It was the fact that she announced the deluxe immediately after the album came out, and I was like, damn, you must knew this one going. I think they said, I looked at here it goes. They said Katy Perry's album first week sales, she only did 48K.
Yeah, for a legendary. Oh.
Because what they're comparing it to, and that's our next mob review that I want to get into. They compared it to Mixtape Pluto, which debuted with 129K.
But they're comparing Katy to.
But I think because they came out at the same time. I think 143 came out like a week before.
Oh, okay.
They came out around the same time.
Right.
So that was the comparison, the dates, not the genres, not the.
I was gonna say what?
Not featuring Catherine.
But to step into that, so our second mob review is the Mixtape Pluto. Me and Ron was on this mob review. Ron's not here today, so he won't be able to speak on his piece. But we gave the album overall a 77%, which is solid on our scale. I gave it a 75%, and Ron gave it a 80%. Now, I enjoyed this album a bit more than I did his first 2 projects of this year. This gave very, we back in college, we finna go to them kickbacks. I'm finna hang out with my frat bros, and we just finna chill and listen to this Future album. And I really enjoyed this.
I'm gonna have to go listen to it.
And it debuted at number 1 on the charts. And I just have to think is Future doing his big one this year? Because
He has been going at
all
it.
3 of his albums charted at number 1.
Mm-hmm. Is he doing this big one this year?
He's in his bag.
He is in his bag this year. We don't
know.
trust you. We still don't trust you in
Man,
Mixtape Pluto.
just out the loop when it comes to Future. I ain't heard a Future song yet.
That just really caught you, and I feel that.
Really,
but he
made me say, "Let me go check for Future." Now I've seen y'all post, the screenshots, so y'all listen to the new Future album. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to.
He is.
Check
I think the things that he's dropped have been different enough, to catch different audiences. Because Future has been around for a long time, and he has like different styles that he's done. Like you would say this is more of the old school type Future. I think some of the other ones that he did earlier this year are a bit of the more of the new school type of Future. But he's been in his bag in terms of he's given us some of all of Future. So if you like Future, then you should catch on to at least one of the projects that he's released.
Should he hang it up?
I mean, I wouldn't if I was.
If he was to bow after giving me Mixtape Pluto, if he was to bow out, I wouldn't even be mad.
Yeah.
But if I was still doing numbers, I wouldn't.
I don't think Future's gonna stop making music.
He's not.
Mixtape Pluto just made 129K. He's not gonna stop making music. But I will say I really enjoyed Mixtape Pluto. I did.
Yeah, his beats are nice. I don't know. It's just something with me and because I used to be.
She said I listen to that on mute.
She take the words out. She go on YouTube.
She go to YouTube. Future
we still don't trust you. Instrumental version.
I don't know what it is about me, but I don't know the male rappers lately. Today, I just haven't been in tune with the male rappers lately. I don't know. They don't be talking about. I guess they can say the same thing about female rappers, but to me, like I be trying to. Because I used to be heavy with the male rappers like Kevin Gates, Nim, Rich Homie Quan when he first came on the scene, Migos, all them good people. What's the boy name? Y'all don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, it's just the male rappers these days. They just they used to be a little lackluster to me. Like,
I would admit that I haven't been keeping up with them with the upcoming male rappers. I haven't been keeping up with all of them, but I like some of them that are on my radar. Like I like Jid.
I like Jid. JID, he nice.
Black, even though he's been around for a while, like I got into him like in college or whatever, but I still keep up with him.
I would say NLE, Gunna, and Future are probably the.
Oh yeah, I like Gunna too. I listen to 101.
Are the rappers that listen to the most.
They put NLE as number 1 on the top 50 worst rappers list. He was number 1.
He was on that. I was like, oh, and he was upset. But
but what I was going to say was they leaked the freshman XXL list for this year. And when I looked at the list,
I ain't know nobody. I knew nobody. I said I was finna tweet Auntie. I mean, baby, explain to Auntie who these people are.
I saw my girl
Layback's on there.
You talking about that rapper list?
On there.
Yeah, the freshman.
Yeah, I showed didn't know a lot of them people. I was like,
I saw Laybank's name and I'd be like, oh, I know that one.
That was it. Yeah,
I know that one.
They repping it. I guess that's why they on the list though.
I call Future and Drake the song ruiners when he hops on the song and the song ends up trash. When he did the Black Panther song with Kendrick, my smile went away.
Oh.
You know. But I will say I have not, because I listened to the Black Panther album in full. That first one, because the second one is a bit more like Afrobeaty. That first one, I have not went back to that Future song. It's All the Stars and Pray for Me. If I ever listen to that,
pretty much.
I like King's Bed. And now I think about
that's the song she's talking about.
Yeah, I didn't like Future part on that song.
La-di-da-di-da.
Yeah, they could have kept that out. I like
but that part's so funny to me though.
But she said my smile went away. I feel like everybody's smile went away when he came on that bitch.
Yeah. That was a nice.
It was so funny though.
Kendrick was doing his thing, so Future got on there and played.
I feel like everybody's smile dropped when he came on there.
It was
Why did they let him do stuff like that? That would piss me off. If I was Kendrick, that would have legit pissed me off.
But they chose that.
They
It's
could have
Future.
re-recorded it.
They
Everybody
could.
made a choice to keep that on that
and I would
track.
have sent that. She even sent to me, and I'd have sent it right back. Let's try again.
You don't got nothing else. Yeah.
You ain't got nothing else in there. Like,
we got your verse. Is this the right recording?
Is this the right recording? What is it? Because that's Pluto.
But
Oh my goodness.
so the non-mob reviews that we have that we didn't make it to, we might do mob reviews in the future, but we haven't made it there yet. Leon Thomas, and for those who need a bit of reference, Andre from Victorious released an album called Mutt. And then Tommy Richmond, the artist behind $1 Million Baby, dropped the album called Coyote. Now, Coyote, cut that off.
Right.
I cut that off. I didn't like it. I like the beats, but then he gets on the song. It's the same thing what it's going on in the comments. He gets the instrumentals are nice. He gets to doing his thing, and I'll be like, see, I can't. Because what are you talking about?
Yeah. One thing I do want to say though, Leon Thomas, I told him that album. I don't know what I was thinking going into this album. He must have said something. I was like, oh, so we're not Hollywood arts.
You said we're not what?
Hollywood arts anymore.
No, we're not at Hollywood.
I said, let me go back.
that man is singing on that album. That Answer the Phone track, I was like, oh, he's singing.
Let me go to, because I think the songs that I enjoyed on that album was, I know I enjoyed the title track, Mud. I'm a dog, I'm a mud. I enjoyed that. I also enjoyed, let me go see. Leon.
I like How Fast, Lucid Dreams with Masego, Feelings on Silent with Wale, Answer Your Phone, and then Mud is what I added to my playlist.
I enjoyed listening to this album for real. I ain't gonna care. I didn't know what to expect going into this, but I enjoyed it. How Fast was nice. I think I like Safe Place. I liked the song about it was nice. Far-Fetched with Ty Dolla $ign, Mud. Yeah, I have to go back and listen to it, but I enjoyed it.
That was a good album.
He was nasty.
He was on that grown. It was like listening to positions with Ariana, but this Andre now.
I was like, we are not at Hollywood arts.
We let Kat Valentine do her thing. Now it's Andre's turn.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, he grown, y'all. That's a man.
But that was a good album. I was like, this that good R&B. This that singing in the rain R&B. In the video, on your knees, hung on her legs because you don't want her to walk out the door R&B. But that Tommy Richmond album, sometimes
I didn't even go put my ears on that. I'm not even going to go through
I didn't even bother trying to click on it, to be honest. Because
I heard on social media they were saying it was ass, but I was like, let me go listen to it for myself. I got in the first couple songs, real nice beats, lovely beats, and then he gets on there, beautiful gowns, and then he gets on there, and then it just ruins the experience for me.
It sounds like Ice Spice.
And then $1 Million Baby, the song that got him
ain't even on there.
Ain't even on the album.
Oh, it's not on there
at all.
The other one, not on
here.
He
gonna put it on the deluxe. He gonna put them on the deluxe. Watch.
I won't be.
The other song that was big on TikTok, "Devil Is a Lie."
Song? Yeah,
it's called "Devil Is a Lie." It's not on here.
He dropped that one right after $1 Million Baby.
They had a whole dance on TikTok for that too. So he was really just out here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna just drop some.
This is why we
should have stuck to the stuff
I mean, to be fair, he did, because if you really listen to what he's saying in $1 Million Baby, he's not saying shit.
Yeah.
The beat is real nice. The beat on $1 Million Baby is nice and it's catchy. But what is that man saying on that song? Quickly.
That's all you hear.
To address the comment about him being a one-hit wonder, I'ma still give him room to drop something else, because like I said, he got $1 Million Baby and Devil Is a Lie went big on TikTok.
I just feel like ain't nobody gonna be on his head hard enough for him to change his music.
Nobody care now.
Yeah, it's gonna have to go big on TikTok again, and then
ain't nobody gonna change. He got that one song to get everybody anticipating another album out there. It's not.
But nobody really know him for real to be dropping an album because
that and people not rapping no more. Like I just really hate they not rapping. They not putting their effort in. They get a 5 beat from they either go to London on the Track or they want to be working with Megan or
Ain't that
Ride or
Juju?
somebody, Juju, and get a fast beat and get on these tracks and play.
And play.
They get in the studio and play, and it pisses me off so bad. And I hate when people tell me, "Oh, I don't listen to lyrics. I listen to songs." And what do you listen to? The beat.
I feel like that mindset is, I won't say it's ruining, but it's hurting.
It's hurting
culture
music.
Because y'all just we can't just listen to beats all day.
We can't.
We
can't listen to what these
we
people
just
say.
can't listen to beats all day. What happened to listening to lyrics, listening to so much? Y'all running that bit backwards, talking about this demonic messages. Y'all cut up when Beyonce drops. Y'all cut up when Beyonce drops "Sweet Dreams."
Ain't no demonic music no more. That's the problem.
That's when we was listening to lyrics.
I ain't demonic music. Well, y'all stop. Me personally, I can't enjoy a song fully if I don't listen to the lyrics.
Like
now,
so
it happens in steps. Now the beat is what catches me, but once I tune in on what you're saying to me, and you're not saying nothing to me,
it's next. It's next. It's for real.
Child. You know how many fast beats Ice Spice got on that motherfucking album?
A lot.
Nice beats.
And you know how many songs she's actually saying something on substance on? Zero.
Right. And she gets no plays out of me.
That happens to me while I'm driving. Like when I'm doing something, I'm listening to music, I can zone out a little bit. But when I'm driving and I just really have focus on, like, what are you talking about? Like, I something I'm like, what are you talking about?
Wait a minute.
I thought I liked it.
Right.
Hold on now.
I love it. Now, me, I'm the type to pull up a song and I like reading the lyrics on Spotify as I listen to the song because I love memorizing the lyric. I love a lyric because if you can tell me a nice story in the song, you got me. Yes, your beat nice. Even to me, if the beat is ass, but your lyrics, what you saying to me is nice. Like Single Ladies, that's an ugly ass beat.
Have y'all ever listened to Single Ladies, just the instrumental?
I'm gonna take it one step further. I tried to write a freestyle the Single Ladies instrumental. Did not work. That's an ugly ass beat. But what she's saying in the song made the song.
That bump.
Y'all don't like the beat. It's
Antoine, that's so chaotic and ugly. If you just listen to the straight beat, it's so chaotic.
Didn't it just go viral on TikTok a lot when she was doing the whole dance and everybody was listening to the beat? Ain't that
it went viral because people was like, "Who convinced Beyonce to sing on this beat?"
Yeah,
I thought it's because folks like the beat.
No,
in the dance and whatever.
I mean, the people when the video came out, everybody was learning that dance. That happened when the video came out.
What she was saying in the song, but just the beat.
But the beat, that bump.
So that's why I love a good lyric. That's why I feel like lyrics can, save a song. As we can see with Single Ladies, because had she been on that talking about absolutely nothing,
big skill.
That would have been a mess, yeah. I feel that.
You would be no lady.
So I just feel like us not tuning in and putting our foot on these necks about the lyrics. Now we didn't put our foot on the producer's necks. We get some fast beats from Riot and London on the Track and DJ Mustard and Juke Juke.
Yeah,
and who else popular? Metro. And then we get some fast instrumentals. Now it's time to hone down on these rappers. Let's get back to putting our pins on paper. Y'all stop punching in. I don't like no punching as rapper. You ain't got to punch in.
We can make TikTok songs of substance, y'all. We can make TikTok songs of substance.
Yeah, stop punching in. We don't need to punch in no more. Sit down and write with your pen and your paper. Right. That's what we need to go back to.
Well, we got 5 minutes left, y'all. So we have 3 music videos that we put on the list to discuss. I'm His, He's Mine with Katy Perry and Doechii. It's Okay, I'm Okay, Tate McRae, and Dancing in the Flames with The Weeknd. Now, I'm His, He's Mine with Katy Perry. That was nice. That was a nice video.
That gave me old Katy Perry, but like 2024. Like it gave me like the campy, like, out there. What is she doing, Katy Perry? What Woman's World tried to do.
Yeah,
is what I'm His, He's Mine.
It's okay. I'm okay. That was a nice video.
She ate that up. And Tate McRae, whoever told you to walk down the street, let that fan blow your skirt up in the bed, you ate that, girl. You ate that.
And then dancing in the flames with the Weeknd. I did not finish that video because one, he's just in a car the whole time. That whole video, he's in a car. But I think part of the video's conception was that it was filmed. They said it was filmed on the new iPhone 16. So part of that video, the promotion for it was half song, half come get the new iPhone 16.
Yeah,
but
it was nothing special about the video to me.
But I wasn't gonna sit there for 3 minutes and see him in a car. I wasn't.
So it's giving half song, half ass. Is what I heard.
Song nice. I just don't.
The
I'm not
song
going
nice.
to that
The
video.
the video, the visuals are not there.
Okay.
Have y'all listened to "Ring the Alarm" without the lyrics? I won't.
I will not.
I won't.
No, I want to do it. No. we should listen to it. We should listen to it.
Deja Vu instrument. I'm not thinking how that would sound without.
I feel like Deja Vu would be fine. Honestly, I think Deja Vu would be fine.
A lot of her instruments was just busy back in the day. That was real busy. Like
I feel like "Ring the Alarm" is probably a good one to go visit. Single Ladies. I would want to hear what "Run the World" sounds like. Without the lyrics.
Because I don't even remember what the beats sound like, to be honest. I know what she's saying, but yeah. That's all I remember.
Hey, Nikki stopped playing with them beats after Massive Attack. That was ass. We got thumbs over here.
I like Massive Attack when it dropped though. That was my shit when it dropped. But nobody liked that song.
I did not like the beat on that song. So
I used to love it when she was in there with that green ass wig on, that junker.
I used to like the video for some reason. I don't know why.
My girl ate that, but yeah. Them busy instrumentals, Beyonce. Go ahead, girl.
Woo, that was. But I feel like that just further proves Beyonce's artistry for you to be given something like that. Because Single Ladies is like global. Like you ask somebody who's not deep in the Beyonce bag, name a Beyonce song, they gonna say, like what? Single Ladies.
Single Ladies.
She did something with that beat.
She did.
And
Beyonce.
That just proves her artistry that you can give her something like that and she makes a #1 chart topping single.
Yeah, legendary song. Go ahead, Beyonce. Because somebody hand me something like that, I'm like, girl, what's
it wouldn't be no song.
Right. She said my mom will, because your mom has taste. Okay? Tell your mom she has taste. Massive Attack is that girl. Did y'all know that was Nicki Minaj's very first single?
Yes, I knew that. I feel like because I had heard her verse on Monster first. Okay, I take that back. I heard the Sweet Dreams first, and then she had that verse on Roger That, and then I got the Monster, and then I went back to her songs, and then Massive Attack came out, and I was like, this don't sound like the same lady.
Not this don't sound like the same lady. Yeah, don't do her like that.
But
she was singing at the end.
But I stayed with her. But I stayed with her though. I stayed with her though. When she came out with Pink Friday, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Massive Attack. I love Massive Attack was different though. I like the singing at the end. They in the fire. They in the bucket. Money making the fire.
I did used to like that song.
Nicki Minaj is the artist that made me start listening to lyrics. I ain't gonna lie. Her, I'm gonna say Wayne, her, then Kevin Gates. Like before that, I was just listening to songs just to listen to. Because why was my young just Shake the Lefty Taffy? I don't know.
I definitely
Wayne, Wayne, Gates, they all made me start listening to what people are saying to me on these songs. Well, we all stopped to read this comment. Y'all looking like what she said.
What you? I
what she said.
Don't be singing after listening to "Lift Me Up" was Rihanna.
Rihanna, she don't sing. She can't sing. She won't.
Rihanna ruined it for me when she got on. When she was it the VMAs she was doing when she had all them performances, them back-to-back performances at the VMAs.
She won the Vanguard Award.
She started tearing up them songs. I was like, oh.
Yeah, Riri.
So she's
a hit maker, but she ain't no vocalist though.
Yeah. They
We should have a hit stop.
they stopped making her sing for real after Unfaithful.
Ooh.
I used to like listening to her.
Hit stop episode for what?
About vocalists, female vocalists, and who we think.
Who's really singing? Who's really
singing and who's not singing?
Who can sing?
We'll see if we remember that next month. But
that's
I'm for real. We're not gonna be back.
Talk, but don't worry about it. We gonna
do it. Y'all laughing like we don't do a hit stop every month.
We do. I'll probably be something else I'm gonna think of by then.
We'll see. I'm gonna keep it in my head. I'm gonna be like, didn't you say you want to talk about? You'll be like, yeah,
you remember.
We can. But that's all that we had for Hit Stop.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and wrap this up. But before we wrap everything up, I do want to mention that our summer 2024 music playlist is available on Spotify. In our link tree, I believe in the description of this video. Our link tree is in the description of this video currently. You can click on it, scroll to the bottom. It'll take you to our summer 2024 playlist. We got some throwbacks on there. We have some songs from it's not in the description.
It's not.
It was supposed to.
It just got some my Cowboy Carter, Katy Perry, and Let's Talk. This is Hit Stop, and that's it.
All right. Well, thank you for letting me know. So I want to be a bald face live to the people in the live stream. But here's our link tree: https linktr.ee/the Blerd Mob Pod releases. At the bottom of the link tree, we have a link to our Spotify playlist for our summer 2024 album. Like I said, we got some throwbacks on there, new singles from recently released music on there. It won't be some of the songs that we talked about today, given that we released the playlist back in August, but our fall 2024 playlist will be coming out next month. So the music that we've talked about here and possibly on the next Hit Stop episode will be on the playlist. So make sure you guys check that out. And then one more time for everybody who just joined, if you were watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you were checking us out on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button. And to stay in tune with everything that the mob has going on, make sure you follow us on our social media platforms. We're on Instagram at the Blerd Mob Pod. We're on Twitter at the Blerd Mob. And you can find us on Facebook and TikTok at the Blerd Mob Podcast. So once again, King and Antoine, I appreciate you guys for joining me on another episode of Hit Stop. Shout out to everybody who was in the comments, interacting and participating with us during this discussion. And with all that being said, this is the mob checking out. Peace.
Hands up if you loving where you at, stand 10 toes down, shawty ain't no looking mad. You can let them haters hate when they enter where I'm smiling, I just tell them life's great, like gravy. If you loving where you at, stand 10 toes down, shawty